film story. New York City has a huge nightly rise during the new year, with many different kisses and stops being offered. They and Their Story is one you can find again. This is a movie from the cast of The Task Force, and it is a movie that you can get through you along. This story has become like her now and every night. This year you will take your way, which is what matters to you in life. One of the benefits of Mint. The film contains a variety of major channels, Majidar coordinates, and cruises across the seas. A new film has been created with Melker, which is a thriller, horror, and romantic thriller. New help is offered, which is why it was welcomed on the last night. So, the movie starts on New Year's, where this guy Griffin wakes up and gets really excited about today being special. And on the other hand, this girl named Marco does the same thing. Both of them are super excited for today and follow their daily routine before heading to the office, where we find out that both of their houses are in the Flipfin members' feet, which is a novel and best route in terms of traffic. On the way, Griffin talks to his mom, who encourages him for the day and gives him some tips. It turns out that today is important for the film because he will propose to his girlfriend on this day, which is a family tradition that has been going on for 3 generations. On the other hand, Marco tells her mom that maybe her boyfriend will propose to her, but she tells her mom not to get too excited because she doesn't know what will happen. Then they both reach the office, where Griffin gives coffee to his colleagues, and his friend gives him some tips that won't be helpful. And there, Margot's friend tells her that she missed a great party. Margot says that tonight could possibly be the night that every girl dreams of, a perfect proposal. But her friend finds it strange and tells her that they have only been in a relationship for 3 months, and her boyfriend hasn't met anyone. No one even knows who he messages. In response, Margot says that he is really busy because he is focusing on his 3rd-degree black belt. Margot takes the film dress, where her mom and sister, who is getting married, also have doubts about her saying that there is no guy named Kep, and she is lying to them. Marco and his sister often argue, but their mom always steps in and calms them down. Meanwhile, Marco's mom goes to the Griffin shop to pick out some colors and tells him to rehearse his proposal speech. At first, he hesitates, but eventually shares it, leaving everyone emotional. Then it's time for them to meet, and they chat and get excited. It seems like they're both waiting for the other to propose. However, they end up with different people whom they don't even know. Griffin's girlfriend is a social media influencer, and Margaret's boyfriend is a black belt in martial arts. But when Croup breaks up with Marco, he gets angry and yells at her before storming off. Griffin proposes to his girlfriend, who says yes, but only because she wants a perfect proposal. This makes Griffin sad because he cares more about climate change and his followers on Instagram than winning her over with likes and followers. He leaves, and Kafir and Marco meet for the first time, just for a short while, before going their separate ways. Back home, Climate apologizes to Griffin for the fight and gives him a suit to wear for his proposal on Instagram Live in front of his followers. On the other hand, Marco is upset because his sister's breakup happened just a night before her wedding. People who thought he was lying will now see that it's true. He plans to skip the wedding, but his mom calls and asks him to bring the bag and inquires about Krupp, leading Marco to lie that they are both coming to the wedding. He doesn't know how he'll handle this situation. Meanwhile, Griffin parties with his friends, drinks more vodka than he can handle, and ends up getting drunk. His friends put him in a taxi and send him home. He arrives home, takes a shower, and falls asleep. So, Mariko tells her friends about this problem, and they tell her to just take any random guy from Tinder and pretend to be a couple in front of her family. Then she can just leave him afterwards. Mariko thinks about it and goes home, where she sees that the yogurt is left outside the fridge. Her clock is also stopped, but she doesn't pay attention to all that and goes to her room. Mariko sees Griffin, They both get scared when they see each other, and it becomes a big confusion. The taxi driver dropped Griffin off at 15 Maple Street, Westwood, instead of Norway. Their confusion gets cleared up. Then they talk a little, and that's when Krupp comes, and Griffin gets angry when he sees her, and Maricot tells Krupp that he is her new boyfriend. They both kiss each other. Maricot asks him if he will come as Krupp to her sister's wedding. He refuses because why would he go to someone else's sister's wedding, pretending to be someone else? But after taking some time, he agrees, and they both continue preparing, discussing Marcot's job, hobbies, and passion. They both leave, and on the way, they decide to take a shortcut, but due to the shop being closed, they end up taking a longer route. However, their car doesn't start, so they decide to walk and have a conversation that helps them get to know each other. Then, they notice a car with a couple already sitting inside. They invite both of them to come along. Then, he asks the couple why they are here, to which they reply that it's their anniversary. They have been married for 50 years. Hearing this, Marco and Griffin are amazed. Now the couple always goes out for dinner on New Year's Day. The woman says that this court is lucky for her. Griffin says that there is a story behind this court, so they should both tell how they met because of this court. Adi says that when he was young, he was going to the port with his friend, and as soon as he reached the port, he saw a girl who made his world stop. It felt like a moment lasted forever. The birds chirped, the wind blew in such a way that I got lost looking at that girl, but she left from there. I followed her, but I didn't find her. Then a few days later, I went to watch a movie, and the same girl came on the seat next to me, wearing a pink coat. After the movie, I asked her for a date, but she refused. I also asked for her phone number, but she refused to give it and left from there. Then a few days later, I went to meet my friend in a restaurant. There, I saw that the same girl had placed the pink coat on a chair, and the girl was behind me. Then we both understood that it's destiny that is bringing us together again and again. We didn't waste much time and got married, and now it's that day. And today, only 50 years have passed. We are still happy. Married couple Griffin and Marco give the horse and carriage, and the woman also gives her lucky pink coat to Marco. Then they leave from there, and they both also reach the wedding venue, where Marco is asked to double behave with his family and relatives, and he bids farewell to his sister, who is very happy wearing it. But the lights are going out, and they all start to panic that the lights might not stay on during the wedding. Griffin, blending in well with the Marcotte family, gets along great. Then comes the time for the wedding, where the bride is coming on the bright stage, but the lights go out, causing the bride to get nervous. Marcotte suggests lighting candles, but it's not allowed in the building's fire code. So Marcotte's aunt, Krupaka, takes her name because she is a contractor, so she knows how to handle such situations. She says if candles cannot be used, then oranges can be used instead. Then with everyone's help, they turn oranges into candles and light up the building. And the wedding continues. Then the lights come back on, and everyone is very happy and impressed with Krupp. Then Griffin receives a call from the climate, which she quickly tells to come, because Griffin has to propose in front of her followers and sponsors. I just need a little time, and the Marcotte family takes photos together. Then Marcotte's sisters ask both of them how they met. Then Griffin pretends to be a speech and tells the love story of an old couple and says that when he is with her, he feels like a superhero and finds peace with her. It touches everyone's hearts. Then it's time for a dance, where the real Krupp shows up. Griffin beats him up badly, and everyone gets confused and angry. Margaret tells them all a big lie. Then she tells Griffin to leave, and Griffin goes to climb it and proposes to him, but cancels it because now he started loving Marcotte. On the other hand, he proposes to Marcotte at his sister's wedding, but Marjorie refuses and breaks up with him from her side as well. Griffin goes home and tells Margaret's sisters to follow their hearts and fight for what they want. Don't let it be that you regret lying on the bed and think that there was time and opportunity. I wish I had a little courage. Then Margaret comes to Griffin's house. Now both are very happy to see each other and even kiss each other, when suddenly the climax happens and she asks for her gift back from Griffin. So, I told Marco that I wish both of you wake up in the morning and have no feelings between you. You should think that you did all this just for a fantasy on New Year's Eve, and there is no love. Then Marco also has some doubt whether she is not taking wrong steps in haste. Is it really like that? Then she leaves from there, and Griffin follows her, asking her what happened. She says she doesn't know if all this is right or not, or I'm not ruining anyone else's life. He says, let's meet outside the restaurant that day, then come to your house, go to your sister's wedding, spend time together, all without even knowing each other. We met only a few hours ago, so what's the big deal? So he promises that the Maple Drive address can be anyone's. He says yes, it can be anyone's, but flying only to your house is not in my destiny. So what? When the universe gives you a gift, you can't say no, just because it says, Happy New Year, on it. The next day, Griffin goes to the restaurant with his family, where he tells them about his and Climate's breakup. They support him. He goes to the bathroom. Coming back from there, he sees the Market family and calls them. He is happy to meet them, but then he sees the same pink coat, and he thinks if fate is real, then Market will also be here. Market places her hand on his shoulder and looks back, and it is indeed Market. And both of them are really happy seeing each other. They kiss each other, and the movie ends. So guys, if you liked the video, let me know by liking and commenting which other movie you would like to see. And please subscribe to the channel for more videos. Turn on the notifications so that you keep receiving video notifications. Thank you.